So the next phase of getting our slabs ready to work and build our box is that we want to dry them slightly. We don't want them to be completely dried out. We also don't want them to be really wet and soft. If I were to take these slabs that I just cut out and stand them on end, okay, as I'm moving them around, they're really kind of flimsy. So we want to make sure that they're leather hard. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a smaller board, all right, and then a couple of sheets of newspaper. All right, and we're gonna make a sandwich, just like we did with the slab roller, okay? Take a piece of newspaper, lay it on that small board, take my first slab, set it there, another piece of newspaper, and then I'm gonna put my second slab on there. Now, when I put this on here, I wanna make sure that I line that up with that piece that was there before, okay? You can see how that lines up. And just do it by feel so that it lines up so it's nice and square like that. The problem is if I put the next piece on, obviously I'd put a piece of newspaper down, but if I put the next piece on, as I'm moving it around, okay, and it gets kind of bumped and that sort of thing, okay, notice that that's no longer flat, that top piece. Notice it's got a big dent in it. And when you get it back, you'll try to fix it. But remember, I told you, clay has memory. It will remember it was bent when it gets fired, and it will be all messed up, and that's not what we want. We want nice square boxes, okay? So, newspaper, slab of clay, make sure that it lines up this way, make sure it lines up that way, and just repeat until you get to the last slab that you have made. That doesn't matter if it's a full sheet of newspaper or partial, just make sure that it's big enough that it's gonna cover that whole piece. And my last one here. Now, once I get all of my slabs rolled out, all right, I've only got 4 here. I would need to go back to the slab roller. I can use the scraps that are left over. Just make sure you wedge this clay before you put it into the slab roller. Probably enough to get 2 more slabs out. And then I would do the same thing. My next slab, slab, newspaper. Just make sure you finish by putting a piece of newspaper at the very end. Before you put this into the cupboard, okay, make sure you put your period number, okay, and your initials on that top piece of newspaper. We're then gonna take a plastic bag, all right, slide all of your slabs that you have made into the bag, fold it under, and then this goes into the cupboard, okay? What's gonna happen is the newspaper will absorb some of the moisture, but it won't allow, the plastic bag won't allow it to dry out completely. The plastic bag will keep some of the moisture in there. So what we should have is clay slabs that are perfectly leather hard, meaning that they're soft enough to where we can still score, slip, and smooth something onto them, but they're not so dry that we can't do that. In other words, we can still work with it. And when we get to that point, I'll let you know. But make sure you get all 6 slabs rolled out as soon as possible, and then we'll start on the next one.